Hi guys, this is Maria and Manos, and you're watching On the Couch with M&M.
The show to help you build fun and profitable businesses.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of On the Couch with M&M. Today I've got a really good friend of mine joining us, a businesswoman, a powerful entrepreneur. I know you're doing that, but I really admire what you have done. Justine wears a few hats. Two of the most important ones is Rodin Construction. So she's had that business with her husband for
since 2006. So
it's a big construction company, and just lately launched their new baby, Building Common. And I'm really excited about talking and discussing, how that came about and obviously the journey and everything that you've done. But let's start with you telling us your story, like a 30-second quick.
30 seconds.
All right, I'll give you a minute. How about
a
minute? A minute of the Justine story, and how did you get, obviously, from starting as a business owner in 2006 to here, the journey quickly.
Okay, so I'll actually go back quickly a little bit before 2006. So my background actually is in nursing. I worked in forensics, so I worked in a very unusual area. And before I had children, who are now 19 and 17, I was the managing nurse manager of an eating disorder clinic. Then I had children. I was a stay-at-home mum. My husband at the time was working at Lease, and he was in construction.
Yeah. And
then in about 2005, 2006, we thought, well, why don't we open a construction company?
Why not?
So I thought, yes, I can do that easy.
I'll do your books.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't. I also actually said I'll answer the phones.
Okay.
And I thought I'll just do that for a short period of time to help out, and then I'll move on and do whatever I was going to do. As it turned out, within 6 months, we had outgrown the home office. And then we sort of grew and grew and grew till about 5 years ago, I stepped in as CEO. My husband's passion is construction.
Yeah. My
background was managing. So we thought, well, what do we enjoy most in the... Yeah, exactly. Let's play to our strengths. So we flipped it around. So we did a very unusual thing, which isn't common, particularly in commercial construction or maybe construction all round, is have a female at the head of the company.
That would make you the only CEO... female CEO in Australia in construction?
There have been other female CEOs. I don't know if there's another female CEO who's the founder and owner.
Owner, yeah.
So that's a bit of an unusual position to be in, something I didn't think I would be in.
Yeah.
And if people are wondering, Rodin is Rod, my husband, and Justine.
And Justine.
Rodin.
There you go.
Awesome.
So it was something that I had not anticipated at all. And I sort of threw myself into it. And I thought, well, I'm outside my comfort zone. I'm either going to drown or I'm going to swim.
And you did swim.
And I paddled madly. I just kept swimming.
Yeah. And tell me, husband and wife team working together. Tell us a little bit about that.
We actually work really well together. Though if someone had said to me maybe 16 or 17 years ago, you'd be working with your husband and you would work well, I would have thought you are mad. But funny enough, it does work well. As I said, he sort of has his strengths with the construction, mine is in management, and then we're a good team. If we have something, a project to work, and we work really well. We have a great respect for each other. Yeah, it's quite funny actually, because when we go to the office, we go separately now, obviously different cars. I'll say, good morning, Rodney, and he'll say, good morning, Justine, and then the staff will look at us and think, do you guys live together? I'm like, yes, we do. Yeah. But it actually works well. It wouldn't have been something I thought I would enjoy. And the kids have gone through the journey with us as well. So they've been part of this whole journey.
Yeah.
So, it's been actually quite enjoyable. You never know what you just never know. So
no, you don't until you don't. And not everyone can do it, but especially in our industry, you'll find there's a lot of husband, male, female business owners. And
when it works,
it works extremely well.
Yeah. And not only in business, but in family life as well. And the involvement the whole family gets in. So I'm not sure if your kids are involved in the business, but I'm sure they take an active interest in it.
Definitely. And, there's nothing better than when you go home and talk about your day. Your partner knows exactly what you're talking about and vice versa. And, can provide support maybe slightly different than if you didn't work together. And just the same as when things are going really well, you're both celebrating at the same time as
exactly.
well. So,
it's an awesome...
It's been a fun journey, that's for sure.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Tell us about your new brainchild.
So Build in Common. Build in Common originated from, actually, fun enough, to begin with, women who first started coming up to me and asking me, look, I'd really like to build and renovate, but I have no idea how to do this. Where do I begin? Start? Yeah. What do I ask? What are the trades that are going to be on site? And most people would probably agree that construction is quite an intimidating space, and particularly when you get what we would call tools on site, so when you get your tradies. So I thought, okay, well, where would I go if I was a female in Australia that could give me a simple explanation of what's going to happen, whether I'm going to do my kitchen or whether I'm going to build a brand new house, and take me step by step. There's online courses that can take between 3 months or even longer. There's Googling, which we all know is a good and not so good. So after the research, I thought, well, this is crazy. There really wasn't anything available. So I sat down with my husband first and I said, well, look, I've got this idea. What do you think? And he said, fantastic. He said, there's actually nothing around. So then I rang my co-founder, Pierre Turchinoff, and said to her, look, I think I've got a bit of an idea here. And her, being the astute businesswoman, said, right, fantastic idea. And that's how it came about. Really, it was on the back of the demand of females to start with, who actually said, look, we want to get into the property market. How on earth do we do this, and how are we going to do this confidently? So that's how, I guess, the brainchild started.
But now you find that your clients are not just women. So talk to us about that.
So when we wrote the toolkits, we specifically wrote them gender neutral because we knew that the information could be for male or female, but the demand at the time was females asking us. But what we've actually discovered and found, which is that men want the toolkits just as much as women, because I guess maybe the cultural changes of families of handing down, the tradition of how to do things, to do it yourself around the house may not be there, or for whatever reasons. And men are actually saying, well, hold on a minute, I've got no idea what's going to happen either. Yeah. And I guess property and construction, as you guys would know, is often for people the most biggest investment they're going to be making.
100%.
Absolutely.
And if it goes wrong, it can be extremely costly.
Yeah.
So we've actually found that males are buying the toolkits. We've also found the industry are buying the toolkits. So we've got construction companies who are buying them and looking into them because they're using them as ad values for their clients.
That's brilliant.
We've got suppliers who are coming to us saying this is fantastic. You're actually empowering the consumer. Therefore, we say ask more questions.
You're educating the consumer. That's
exactly
what you're doing.
So the toolkits are written in a way as asking the questions to the right person at the right time in a build. We actually say ask more, know more, build more.
Yeah.
And I guess the thing, if you think about people who have built or renovated previously, why do they go back? Because they've learned all that along the way. So we're trying to shorten that for people and basically save them money and a headache.
Because they learn it through mistakes.
Exactly. Yeah. So I've actually renovated a house completely. Pierre's also renovated, and obviously with my background as well, we're trying to preempt the headaches that can happen and make it enjoyable. We actually want people to have fun, because the more fun you're going to have, the likelihood is that you're going to do another build or renovation.
You're going to do it again.
And
exactly.
Yeah.
So as an industry, it's fantastic because there's going to be more people who are continually going to be renovating or buying or building.
So tell us some of the... Sorry, Manos, go on.
So I was going to say, so it's both online and hard copy as well?
We did start off online, but we've actually found people prefer the hard copies. So the hard copies, I guess you can sort of categorise it as a project management folder. Good. So you open it up and it'll take you through step by step. The main part we will look at, not the main part, the beginning part is the brief. Really is what are you looking at doing, why are you doing it, and a whole lot of questions to ask yourself. Because in construction, plan, and always make sure that the build goes better.
Yeah.
So even, for example, the kitchen toolkit, it goes down to how tall are you? So my husband's 6'5", 6'6". How high do you want your benches? Your favourite platter that you've had for generations might be so wide. Will that fit in your drawers? And so all those sort of questions that I've come across when I was building was like, I didn't quite make sure that I had the hanging space for our pants long enough, and I didn't make sure that the drawers were deep enough. So a whole lot of questions to ask.
That's
yourself.
brilliant.
Absolutely invaluable.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah. So and then it goes through the kind of people that you're going to be working with. So the trades that you'll be working with, what their role will be. It will go through the kind of questions you need to be asking your builder or your tradesperson, so that you don't get unstuck through the build process. And at the end, it goes through to explain the build cycle. It will tell you which trades will be coming coming on, why they're coming on, when they'll be coming on. So for builders, it's fantastic because they're not getting phone calls from the consumer saying, now, why is the tiler not there? Well, they will actually understand why the tiler won't be there. Right down to the end of the handover, what you need to be looking for at the handover.
Because there's a process. Like one person has to go in before the other, which,
exactly.
you know, we've learned. I mean, we're renovating at the moment. We're doing it with the other side of the world, in Greece. But I've got a project manager, but she's an engineer and she's project managing the whole thing. If I had to do it, I wouldn't have a clue.
Exactly.
So
it's like a recipe. If you have a recipe, you know that you need to do it this way.
Yeah.
It's
you've got to put that ingredient first, then
exactly. You know, so that way people understand this is the recipe in your building. You'll actually know why you're not going to have certain trades on site. And as I said, the explanation to jargon. So in the language that you're going to be seeing either in your contracts or talking with a tradesperson, actually explains the language they're going to be talking about. I had one lady come up to me and she built a large warehouse and she said, look, I would walk out of my meetings with my staff or my contractors and I had to Google what they were saying because I didn't understand it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so this means you'll actually understand what they're talking about. And it, as I said, it takes you through. Thank you.
It's been really, I love it.
Yeah.
And it's for everyone. I mean, I can think of my kids. I imagine buying your first home and you want to renovate, you'll need one of those. Everybody needs one. It's just a brilliant idea.
Thank you. No,
and I just love how you've done it room by room. So talk to us about, so you've got a separate book for your bathroom.
So we've got what we call wet areas. So we've got a bathroom and laundry. We have a kitchen.
Yeah.
Then we have an extension. We have a new build, so a complete new build. And then we're actually developing at the moment is property development.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, that'll be a good one.
Yes.
That's an awesome one.
So that's a big one. We found that all of the toolkits have been very well received. The property development we're really excited about because there's a whole lot of different areas we're going to be looking into. But yeah, they've been really well received. Massive following and great feedback. Actually, most of the people who have either looked at it have bought one because they've actually said, they understand the value of what we're offering.
100%. Yeah, save so much
money
and time.
Extremely affordable.
Like,
we're not talking,
No, basically for the price of a tap.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly a good way of looking at it, isn't it?
For the price of a tap, we will save you thousands by buying this toolkit. Yeah. And more importantly, you'll end up with a product or a house or a bathroom or a kitchen that you love. Yeah. I mean, how many times have we heard people talk about such a nightmare project? And it puts a sour note in their mouth. You know, they don't, they can't enjoy what's actually, what they've actually built. So...
Congratulations, that is absolutely excellent.
It's a brilliant idea and it's well executed as well because it's okay to have a really good idea but then putting it into a package where people, it's valuable, people understand it and it's easy to use. That's another level as well.
We wanted people just to pick up and then there you go. You go to guide off, you run with it. And there's a community as well. We've got Facebook and Instagram, Pinterest.
So people communicate, members.
That's right. So
like
we've got
membership.
People talking, communicating.
Sharing ideas.
Exactly. We have a monthly e-magazine that comes out, which is Tilt, which we collaborate with people within the industry. There's always hints and tips in there. So when people aren't maybe quite ready to be building or they're already building, so some tips. One of the things we learned about was walls that are sweating. So the actual sweat that comes down a wall and painting. So things like that. So it's been amazingly well received.
That's awesome. I think that would be a really good vendor gift. If someone buys a house, they want to renovate, the agent would actually gift them that. But
definitely.
Yeah.
And I think this is going to be invaluable in the real estate space. And obviously, we're speaking to real estate business owners and sales agents and property managers. In a property management department, if this is a value add that we can offer our landlords and vendors, is just
it's brilliant,
amazing.
The wonderful thing that we love about Build and Common, which we're very proud of, it sits right in the middle of a whole lot of industry. It doesn't take away from anybody. It won't take away from an architect, real estate agent, builder. It doesn't take away from anything. It just empowers the consumer that sits right in the middle.
It's educating.
Exactly.
It's educating people.
Exactly. It makes it easy because, smoother build is better for the builder. In regards to property, it's better for the property. Real estate companies, things like that. Just as a win-win from everybody. So
well done.
Well done.
You.
Awesome.
Justine, it's been amazing having you here today. And again, congratulations on an amazing product. And thank you for your generosity because what we're doing, viewers, is
one lucky viewer
is going to win one of these amazing folders. So I'm going to get you, Justine, to talk to me about what they are, all the different ones.
They can choose from a kitchen.
Yep.
a laundry or bathroom, a new build, which is complete new build of a house, or a home extension.
So it's up to you. You can choose one of these. But to win, this is what you have to do. You have to like the post, you have to share it, and also comment below and tell us why you think one of these beauties is going to help you with your renovation. So thank you. Very generous. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for asking me.
And thank you for watching.
That's it. And we'll see you next week. Thank you.